Welcome, everyone. Another Wednesday night, the fundamentals to gain inner peace, with your host, Coach Menachem Bernfeld. And tonight we're doing episode number 73, Baruch Hashem. And as always, the recordings are available at menachembernfeld.com. menachembernfeld.com. You can get all the past recordings. And I know some of you didn't get the email last week, so the recordings are available. You can always go back and be part of it. Any questions, anything that comes up, you can always send an email, coachmenachem@gmail.com. Even if it's something you're not sure if you should ask. We've had an amazing Sunday night program this week with Rabbi Shais Tau, really discussing the emotional part, which we discuss over here. And for men, some people feel that women, for some reason, are more emotional, and they talk and they express. However, men stuff it down. And the truth is, it's not really men or women. There are both on both sides. So there are different personalities. Some people talk more, some less. But the idea is to have a safe place somewhere where you can open up, see what's going on. What am I feeling emotionally? What's going on? What am I going through? What do I feel? It was an interesting discussion for those who saw it, and if not, you can always go back. The recordings are available. But just the idea, though, for men, again, not men and women, but the whole discussion of emotions, for some people, is taboo. They don't understand what they're feeling. Some people don't even know what feelings are, and it's just that they're overwhelmed, not sure what's going on. So, yeah, it's a conversation that we have to start. It's never too late, and slowly become aware of what's going on so you can express, at least find somewhere to express. So before we start tonight, our sponsor is OK Clarity, which many of you know already. OKClarity.com is the place to find a top-notch therapist, coach, or nutritionist. OKClarity.com professionals are vetted and have extensive experience working with the Jewish community. If you're in the market for a therapist, coach, or the like, or if you are a wellness professional looking to get more online exposure, go check them out, okclarity.com, and they have a WhatsApp you can join, and that's 917-426-1495, 917-426-1495, and we want to thank OK Clarity for that. Okay, so let's check in. Let's see where we are. Take a deep breath and just become aware of where you're coming from, what your day looked like, what your week looked like. Getting back to routine, like we discussed, something that you're looking forward to or not. Feel overwhelmed, what's going on? And then we go inwards just to see how we feel inside. Take a deep breath and just feel what you feel inside in your body. Sensations, where you feel some stress, your jaws, your arms, your stomach, your feet, wherever it is, and just become aware. And that is being mindful, checking in, coming mindful of where I am. Like we started discussing last week, not to wait till we're in chaos when there's so much going on, and then we're forced to be mindful. We're forced to stop and relax. Like we'll see tonight, it's a muscle we have to practice. something to practice when it's easier, not when it's hard. So last week we discussed that we are where our mind is. And our mind is usually either in the past or in the future, sometimes worried, anxious, but we're usually not in the now. The now is usually, most of the time, the now is okay. And look around where you are now. Are you in a quiet place, relaxed? Hopefully nobody's bothering you. You have a few minutes for yourself. So this is the now. And then you become aware of your surroundings, become aware of yourself. You become aware of your five senses. And your five senses are how you connect to the present moment, whether it's a sound that you hear, a feeling, a smell, that all is happening right now. And through being mindful, you reduce the stress and anxiety. You increase emotional regulations. You become aware of your emotions. If any triggers come up, you won't be caught off guard. You've seen this before. You know how it works. You know this feeling. You know how feelings work. So you can take a deep breath before you respond. Become more resilient. You don't get lost. You don't lose it. And another benefit of being mindful, it improves your concentration and your memory. You can slowly calm down, be where you are, and become aware. And again, we'll discuss, many people, the mind races so fast, it's hard to practice mindfulness. But we have to start slowly. And this itself, if you try to stop, and you realize how hard it is, because there's so much going on, you're so busy, there's so many things you have to do, so many worries, so many ideas, thoughts in your mind. That itself, you're aware of it, so you're observing your mind. So that's the first step, and that's amazing. By stopping, taking a deep breath, and saying, I just can't stop. You're like, whoa. That's step number one. You're observing, and you are the observer. And we discussed many times, you can back up, put yourself in the corner of the room and look at yourself. See what's going on. See how you feel. But from a distance, you become the observer. And that's really a big step. It takes practice to observe your mind, observe your thoughts. Eventually, you don't get caught up. Your mind might say, you have to finish this, make this phone call now. We'll do it soon. I can stay here. I'm okay. No. I have to. It takes time. Just breathe and stay there. You start with a minute, then you can do it 5 minutes. And just be there as long as you made up. So an important piece is to actually practice, to be mindful when things are calm. Now, you're not the only one. Many of us, and myself included, we wait for the last minutes when there's a lot going on. You feel stressed and overwhelmed. You're like, oh, I have to calm down. I have to find time, which could be hard. But like we said, it's a muscle. You have to get used to it. And if you're going to try to do it when it's hard, I'm not sure if you're going to do it, number one. And even if you start, how long you'll be able to stay there, because it's pulling you from all the sides, all the thoughts pulling you. Do this, you have to do that. Can't you? Why are you staying here? You have to continue. So it doesn't let you just breathe, relax, and stay there. But when you're calm, anyways, you have a few minutes. Some people in the beginning of the day is easier. The day hasn't started yet. They're still calm, still relaxed before they go to work, before they read emails, before they open technology. Might be easier. For other people, it's before they go to sleep. Everything stops. You're done with your day. Hopefully you're in a good place. You can close the lights, close technology, and just do some deep breathing in and out. And just stay there. If thoughts come up, just be aware. And eventually you'll have a better sleep if you can do some mindfulness before that. So the two benefits of doing it when you're relaxed, like we discussed, number one is to be able to do it, to actually do it. Your mind is not racing that much. It's not too hard to actually sit down and relax and be mindful, become aware of what's going on around you. And then you'll be able to do it longer. You'll be able to practice that muscle. It'll be much easier. So then when it actually happens, you'll know what you're looking for. During the day, if you're overwhelmed, you'll know exactly what you want to tap into. It's not going to be new to you. It's something that you've practiced and you know where to go. So rather than waiting for crisis to hit, and when you're forced, which again is not too late, no matter where you are, it's not too late to start practicing mindfulness, some meditation. And the same thing is self-care. Self-care, most people feel it's nice. It's something that, yeah, it sounds good. The ideas are great. Maybe one day. But when you're stressed out, there's a lot going on. You're overwhelmed and you feel maybe physical pain. You feel, I have to do some self-care. And then it might be hard, but then you're forced. So it's not too late. Yes, even though you're forced, try to practice a little bit of it, but don't wait for that. Why wait for the last minute? Why wait till you're forced? Make a conscious decision. I want to find some time in my day, 4, 5 minutes every day, where I sit, I close everything, and I am. Nothing more than that. I am. I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. I'm okay where I am now. And your mind in the beginning is not going to let. Become aware of that. Become aware that your mind says, why are you sitting on the couch doing nothing? And smile. When that comes up, when you hear that thought, smile. Here it is. I know you. That's it. And you stay there. Continue breathing. If you do that every day for a few minutes, it's automatic. Things will change. You'll see things will change. People around you might change. They're like, wow. You'll become aware of different things. You'll become aware of your surroundings. You'll become aware of positive. Like we discussed last week, it changes your perspective. You can think straight. When you're overwhelmed, it's hard to think. And then there could be a lot of negative thoughts. Takes over. And then you don't know what to do. But if you have every day a few minutes when you're relaxed, so that when things do come up, you are overwhelmed, there's a lot going on, you know what you're looking for, it's not so hard. You can tap into it and you feel the difference. And the truth is, you feel the difference even the first time you do it. When we discuss deep breathing, try taking in a deep breath and letting it out slowly. That first deep breath, you already feel your body. Wow, it's just like letting it all out. But for most people, they're like, okay, but I have to continue. But wait a second, that's only the beginning. It's just a little bit. Why don't you take 5 of these deep breaths? Just stay there. All the way in, hold for a second, and then all the way out. If 1 makes a difference, 2 is even more, 5 even more, and 10, if you can do 20, you feel relaxed. And don't be scared of that relaxed feeling. Like we mentioned last week, some people need that drive. They need the noise. When things start quieting down, they become nervous. There's something wrong. Why is it so quiet? Why am I so relaxed? So then they take out the phone, make a phone call. What can I do now? They need that drive. Sometimes they need the overwhelm, the chaos, things going on, even though they don't like it, but they feel alive. There's a lot going on. So if that's you, that's an awareness. And it might be a little harder to practice mindfulness, but you just have to get through that. Stay there, even though it might be a little bit hard. Stay there, continue breathing, continue relaxing, and slowly you get through it, and then you can stay there. Again, start small, and then you build it up like a muscle. But if you don't like it, you like it better when it's noisy, when you're overwhelmed, when there's a lot of stress. Okay, it's a choice you have to make. You're choosing. So that's basically the idea of becoming mindful and not waiting for the last minute, practicing every day so that it becomes easier and easier. And then slowly you become aware of the changes. You become aware of the changes in yourself and the surroundings around you. Somebody mentioned to me, before we go to the guided meditation, we'll do a short guided meditation in a minute. But somebody sent in a question. And what came out was they're very into self-help. They read a lot of books, seminars, and a lot of lectures, a lot into self-help. And I think it's an awareness that eventually you should stop with the self-help books. Let's say you read books, you read a lot of books, you look at your shelf, it's full of self-help books. It shows that you're not content with where I am, and maybe this book will help. And maybe this will help, and maybe that. And again, reading is good. It's a good thing. You become knowledgeable. But the idea is to take the knowledge into practice. To actually find some time and practice these ideas. Because the knowledge itself is beautiful. But after a while, you say, where's it going? You know, I've read all the books. I got all the concepts, all the ideas. But where's this going? Should I buy another book? You're not the only one. I'm also like that many times. There's that book, and it sounds like, okay, this book is the answer. And they're all good books. But what it is where are you? These people probably wrote a book because they had some breakthrough, they had some epiphany, something. So they figured something out and they're writing about it. And you're reading about it and you're like, wow, I wish I can have that feeling. I can go through that. So now where are you? Stop with the books and start practicing the self-help ideas and start implementing. And that's one of the things we're discussing, to be mindful of where I am, what do I feel. And journaling is amazing. If you can find a few minutes, just write down any thought that comes up so you become aware before anything comes up, before we take the next step of any self-help that you need. The awareness is number one. Okay, so before we go to the meditation, just a second. You can send in questions in the chat. There's some questions that came in. Let me see if I can answer them. A to-do list can be an amazing thing. So you have to be aware of how your to-do list works. Ultimately, it should be that at the end of the day, you're relaxed. Many people that have a to-do list, and at the end of the day, they only did 5, and it's 10 things. So they go to sleep feeling, oy. So they feel like, I didn't finish my day, it wasn't good. You go to sleep with a negative. You have to find a way how you can have a to-do list, which is beautiful, but make sure you live with the wins. What you did was amazing. You did 6 things, beautiful. Tomorrow you'll continue. So if you have that positive feedback, that's good. I had an extreme intense therapy session today, trying to figure out what I'm feeling. How do I know if I'm even feeling or just blocked emotionally? Great question. And I'm glad you're on the journey, because you never know. Many times people are blocked. They don't want to feel. And sometimes people start feeling this itself, that you're with somebody next to you and you can slowly slow down. Take a deep breath. Discuss emotions, thoughts, ideas that come up that you don't like. It starts the process. Now, don't knock yourself. Just let things happen. Don't try to fix. Don't try to change. It's a process. You're in a good place. Now, again, you don't know where you're going to be next week. You don't know if things will change or not, but you're in a good place, talking about things, bringing them up. Are you feeling or not? Could be you are, could be you're not. Every time is different. Just let it be. This itself, that you can relax, breathe, and let things happen. Your body does it on its own. Let your body do what it needs to do. Okay, so here we go. We'll finish off with a guided meditation. So take a deep breath and try to relax. Become aware of what you feel. Find a comfortable seated position. Could be in a chair or sitting on the floor, with your back straight up, your feet firmly planted on the ground. And take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing any tension or stress in your body. Now bring your attention to your breath. Feel the sensations of the air moving in and out of your nostrils. Follow the natural rhythm of your breath, in and out. If you find your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back to your breath. Feel the air going in and out without judgment or criticism. It's okay if your mind wanders. Just become aware of it and bring it back. Bring it back to the breath, which is in the now, in the present moment. As you continue to breathe, imagine a warm, golden light surrounding your body. This light represents love, compassion, and healing energy. Allow this light to fill your entire being, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. As you bask in this warm and comforting light, visualize a peaceful and serene environment. This can be a beautiful natural setting, like a beach or a forest, or a cozy, comfortable space, like a favorite room in your house. Imagine yourself fully immersed in this peaceful setting, feeling safe and at ease. Take a moment to connect with any feelings or sensations that arise within you. If there are any emotions that need attention, offer yourself love and compassion knowing that you are doing the best you can. When you're ready, slowly bring your attention back to your body and your breath. Take a few deep breaths in and out. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Take a moment to thank yourself for taking this time. A little bit of self-care and reflection. And carry this sense of peace and well-being with you as you move forward with your day. Take a deep breath, see how you feel. And that's it for tonight. If you can find time to listen to this, listen to the recording, or to just stop, you can tell yourself whatever you want to relax. Some people, guided meditation is easier. Other people, just quiet is fine. Do it, practice. It's like exercise. You get the muscle moving, you will feel different. Things will move. You'll become aware of different things about yourself and about your surroundings. So thank you very much for showing up. Thank yourself for taking some time off of your week, of your day, to stop and give yourself a few minutes of self-care. Give yourself permission to relax, to take it easy, and tell yourself, I'm okay. It's fine to take a few moments of self-care. Have a good night and a great week, and I'll see you next week in Menachem. Any questions, anything that come up, you can send me an email, coachmenachem@gmail.com. And for the recordings, menachembernfeld.com. Thank you and have a good night.